Hey everyone, it's Blue Lizard Jello, and welcome back to Blue Plays Scholar of the First Sin. We have completed Harvest Valley, and we are now making our way into the lower Earthen Peak, full of poison, full of mannequins, full of these... what are they called? Those guys right there. I'll remember the name shortly, give me a moment. But anyway, lots of traps to be had, and of course that guy who, even though he's stuck in the poison, doesn't actually just seem to be affected by it currently. And not one-shotting that mannequin. Ooh, how about now? And still not even... the range is really deceptive, I find, on this giant stone axe. It seems like it's going to hit with the very tip of it, and it does not. Now, you're going to find some of these switches around. The only thing that this switch does, you can look down there in that corridor, it'll just raise that pot. Now, that does have poison in it, so it does protect you a little bit. Now, I don't know if there's poison in those jars, so I am just going to... yep, does look like they do. So if you want that Radiant Life Gem, break that pot before you run in there. By the way, nothing here, no matter how many messages might be in front of it. Okay, and I didn't just get sold from punching it. That was a coincidence, but that is not an illusory wall. Just keep that in mind. Alright, so what we have here, bit of a gauntlet. We have this enemy straight ahead, but we also have a mannequin there. And not one there. That actually might be the souls that I just got. But he's going to be shooting poison arrows at us. So what I like to do is run, get behind this wheel because he can't really shoot through it very effectively. And then I get hit right through it. He's very effective at shooting through that wheel. Oh goodness, way to make me a liar. Oh, there's a summon sign there. I wonder who that is. You cannot make this jump. I cannot stress that enough. You cannot and will not make that jump. If you want that item there, you have to get it from up above. We'll be getting it, but don't try from here. Please. Just for the love of all things holy, don't do it. Now, who is this? Devotee Scarlet. I believe she is a DLC NPC as well. So, a bit of a gauntlet here. You have this poison jar, this poison vessel, but we have here this switch, so we can get it out of the way, which is nice because we do have a little bit of an ambush once we get towards this ladder. And I'm poisoned. And luckily I killed them both. Good. Only 2 of them. That's not too bad. Using our life gems in order to save some poison moss, not that we even have them equipped anyway. Oh hey, that's interesting. Was not expecting that. Hiding behind the chest, that was clever. You probably... no, I don't think you could have seen him actually from the place when you walk in. I'm not sure. Might have to check that out. If you can see them, then that's a clever trap because it does give the observant a chance to actually avoid an ambush like that. But if you can't see them, then it is just kind of a trap for trap's sake, which, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I like traps that you can figure out ahead of time. Now these grave wardens, is that what they are? I think they're grave wardens. That sounds right. So this is new. There used to be a couple of mannequins here instead of a warden. A warden who I wasn't even sure was actually going to attack. And he was going to heal there. Not gonna happen. Okay, there we go. There's my confirmation. Grave wardens. See, I told you I'd get it. Now he is guarding something very important. Very important indeed. So you could use a flame butterfly, or since there's a bonfire right here, doing this is going to make the boss of Lower Earthen Peak much simpler. And what you do is you actually light the windmill. It catches fire. It's going to stop working. And this windmill, excuse me, windmill. This is turning all of these mechanisms in here, all of these cogs, even though the cogs don't attach to anything, which I've always found really funny. But essentially what this is doing, these mechanical workings are actually pumping poison throughout Lower Earthen Peak, and specifically, it is actually causing poison to be pumped into Mytha's boss arena. The poison obviously hurts us, but even worse, it heals Mytha. She actually thrives on poison, so if you don't drain that, she will constantly regenerate as you go. Is this gonna stop? I guess that just stopped, but these mechanisms inside should be stopping as well. Maybe they're slowing down? There we go, now they're stopping. Okay, so at least the cogs over there, those do connect. This one is completely irrelevant. It does absolutely nothing. It's a gear that doesn't do a darn thing. Huh. So that is already triggered. Which is kind of a shame. I like to run down there. Conspicuous trap. I'm not going to fall for that. I don't dare roll through any pots in this area. Mannequin mask, if you want to be disappointed in anything in Dark Souls 2, be disappointed in the mannequin mask. Because if you take a look at it, this is what it looks like now. Oh, hey, someone's coming. This is what it looks like now. In the pre-release, in the original trailer that we got in E3 a few years ago, it was a stark white mask that just emitted this creepy presence as you saw it. It was wonderful. And then we got this, which I've heard different stories, different variations. Supposedly there was a lawsuit with the creators of Naruto because it looked like one of their masks. I don't know. I've never read anything official about it. So instead, I'm just going to... Hey, excuse me. What is happening? I'm just going to mourn the loss of the original mannequin mask and just call it a day. Because speculation isn't going to get me anywhere anyway. Right, okay. Up there, that's the boss arena with the two grave wardens guarding it. This is the way up there. There's also a secret here. We'll get there momentarily. I do want to go this way first. This is not a huge area, but there are a few places to explore. Over here, Desert Sorceress. And here we have... Oh, they've actually done a lot of changes. They've removed quite a few enemies. I'm a bit surprised. I'm actually quite surprised at that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Wrong. Did not mean to fall there. My apologies. Okay, so we are going to go back. Because with that gate closed, I actually have to remember the other way around. I think I have to go through here. You can make this jump, by the way. And we are going to try to do that now. Oh, there's another mannequin right in there. Oh, there's two mannequins. Watch their lingering flame, and then if we... There we go. Not too difficult. Not too difficult. Wilted Dusk Herb, no top yet. Oh. She's pretty clever, using that lingering flame to try to get you with those poison jars. That's... Oh, got the skirt, though. Got the skirt. Alright, mimic? Not a mimic. Oh, but it is a trap! Never prepared. Never prepared. Oh my goodness, Ferris Lockstone. Good. Now, is there a Grave Warden? There used to be a Grave Warden up here with her. And one down here. There is still one down here. Alright, let's lure you into a little bit open of an area. I really like the R2 follow-up. Oh, good. We now have 2 pairs of cuffs, so if our wrists get really cold in the winter, we have something to do about it. That used to be a sorceress. That's changed. So down here, right down in here, we should have our good friend. Yeah, there's Pate.
We went through a lot together.
Didn't we, though?
As a token of our...
If you want Pate to appear here, you need to talk to him in Forest of Fallen Giants, and you need to summon him for the last giant boss fight, and he needs to survive. If you see him here, you talk to him, you get everything. You get his spear, his shield, his armor set, his ring of thorns. And you want to talk to him again. Yada, yada, yada. He's going to tell you about a treasure. This door does not open from the side. So there's a treasure he wants us to get in order to complete, or at least get the next portion of his quest. The heck was that? We do need to complete, or we do need to find this treasure. And the treasure is behind that door. Hey, what are you doing? What is this horrible tracking and follow-up? Oh, I'm one-handing, which I can't do because I lack the strength. Excuse me. Die already. Ugh. Alright. So the treasure that he's talking about is down here. It's actually directly under us. There's a path this way. But in order to get there, or actually before we get there, I want to go and get that item. There's a treasure chest behind that Grave Warden. So we're going to try to make this jump. No problem. Oh, you dingus. They really, really ramped the poison up in this area. I should have checked this for Mimic, and I didn't. Right, now. Radiant Life Gem. So there is the item that we saw. I'm still getting poisoned. I guess I'm still covered in it a little bit. Hopefully that shouldn't proc. But we can get that now. In fact, I probably will, since we're here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. Strip down. Throw on the cat ring, and very carefully. Oh, still take a lot of damage. Poison broadsword and a human effigy. Nothing outstanding. And I'm told that you can make this jump. That looks really far, doesn't it? Let's try it. Oh, okay, good. You can make it. Confirmed. I don't think I've ever actually done that. What am I? I'm putting on all the wrong armor. I want Drake Blood. No, I want the Sanctum Knight. Ugh, time to visit the item box again. Starting to get cluttered. And Ring of Blades. There we go. So now, heading back up there, I'm going to either fast forward this or cut it just so you don't have to see the run back. Because it's nothing special. Alright, we are back. And I also realized that, you know what, I did this kind of a little bit foolishly. I could have actually done this without having to jump down there and wasting an entire trip. Oh well, such is life. Such is life. So this is the treasure that Pate's talking about behind that closed door. Great heavy soul arrow. There is another spell below us and we will go there, but we want to go in here.
Well,
It's good to see that you survived.
perhaps you're more.
So, there we go, talking to him, yada yada yada. He's telling us to be careful. He did mention Creighton a little bit there, but we will be pursuing that quest line now that we've actually done that. But if you hop down, get one more treasure. Again, didn't check for mimics. I'm like 50% accurate with checking for mimics. So there's a copy of Lightning Spear for you for free. Once again, we have to make this run, so I will fast forward and or cut. I haven't decided yet. Whatever I'm in the mood for. Well, I did not make that jump, but that's okay. That's okay. It actually will have the same effect. Just want to break these poison pots first. Because down in here, this is the corridor, just to give you some perspective. There's Pate. Well, rather, there's Pate. And in here, there's a mannequin. Deal with you. Oh, you didn't die. You didn't die, and I'm poisoned, and I'm throwing a firebomb instead of using any sort of healing items. Oh, I am just a red-hot mess right now, huh? This is getting violent. All right, we got to get in here and use an Estus post haste. Well, and then I didn't get followed. There. Jeepers creepers. All right. Where we are now is behind that wrought iron gate that we saw. If you're fast enough, at least in the original, you can make it through here before anyone triggers that. Who's this? Oh, Bashful. You're just showing up everywhere, aren't you? But if you don't make it in time, that's the way that you can get to this area. This is Laddersmith of Gilligan. Kind of a cool guy. Ooh, I'm an Egypt.
I'm on the run. Don't give me away.
So you were on the run. You made it as far as a ledge outside of Lower Earthen Peak, and this is just your plan for the rest of your life, huh? But as long as I pay you 2,000 souls and talk to you, you're going to leave anyway. So, anyway, let's exhaust some dialogue. So 2,000 souls, just like Lycia, although this guy is a bit less of a scumbag than Lydia, because, or Lycia rather, because at least he is going to do what he says and give us a ladder.
All right.
Just a moment, cutting the cutscene.
Go on ahead.
Oh, look, a ladder.
I won't offer this to him twice.
And we'll talk to him again once we get back up topside. What just happened? Huh. So I lived. I wasn't expecting that. And what I'm gonna have to do is run back up there, guys. I'll see you in a minute. Well, at least now I can run through the gate. That was peculiar. I think I had some sort of stalled action on my controller. So sometimes if you hit an action like attack or turn or run or something when you're actually in the middle of an action that can't be stopped, sometimes your controller or the game will actually save that input and it will actually carry it out as soon as you're free. And I think that might be what happened there. I'm not sure. I could have just completely goofed, but I don't remember hitting anything once I got off the ladder, so very, very odd indeed. So a couple of good treasures down there, Ferrous Lockstone and a Twinkling Titanite. And once you've actually talked to him, paid to use his ladder, you can buy a few items. If you want any of his items, you want to buy it now. And the reason I say that is once he gets back to Medusa, his prices do go up. He sells the Thief Set. And out of everything he sells, Aromatic Ooze, very, very good because he does sell them unlimited. But this ladder miniature, we do want to buy that because it's going to be good for the Navlands quest later. Do I have any hard souls to use? Brave Warrior, how much is that worth? Just enough, or actually a little bit extra. Okay, good. We're going to buy it now because, like I said, his prices go up in Medusa. So we'll buy that, which is good. We're going to learn his gesture, and he has a lot of good lore, actually. You can probably read it as it goes by. I'm assuming you're all speed readers here. Why? Why are you in my way? Just you random hollow. Now this platform that we jumped onto, this is an elevator. And it has two purposes. One, it conceals an item. So if you raise it up and just wait for it to pass. It's a bit slow, I'm aware. And just grab that. There we go. And now you have to climb back up this ladder. And then we'll just wait for it to come back down. It is automatic, you don't have to pull it again. And what we want to do this time is make it go up. So we'll pull the switch again, pull the lever, pull the handle, whatever this is. And then just get on top of it because we could see just barely through a few poison pots that there was a treasure chest up here. Right there. Once again, not checking for mimics. And we get the mirror shield. Okay, so that is a number of the secrets down. There are a couple of more, apart from just finishing the area and killing the boss. So the next one is just up here. The path that I said was the normal progression towards the boss, and it is. You can see all these pots up against this wall. Well, go ahead and break the pots. And the archway in front of it. And then inspect it to reveal an illusory wall. And we could actually... Oh, and you see this? This is the desert sorceress who was raining fire down on us before we entered the building in Harvest Valley. Jerk. Spell Quartz Ring +1. So you can see down there There's the mounted overseers. We fought the forlorn just out there, and this is the sorceress who was casting her fire down on us. Not cool. Oh my goodness, there's a lot more poison. There's so much more poison now. Alright, let's start clearing. But there used to be a pair of sorceresses here, so that's actually an interesting change. They had a lot more poison, but they took away the two main sources of danger. And let's see. What do we have? We still have the sorceress up there. We don't have a grave warden. Overall, they actually made this area a lot easier. Oh, didn't see you though. Clever, clever. Let's go ahead and get what? Let's do throwing knives just to knock them down. That's what I meant. Holy water. How'd you know? Alright, cool. It's interesting that these guys are playing such a bigger role. If you don't know what these characters are, it's because you might not have ever seen them before. The only time you experienced them before was in New Game Plus in the in No Man's Wharf. When you actually fought the Flexile Sentry, a pair of these Shadow Warriors would drop into the fight. And you could get their gear by farming that fight over and over and over again, only in New Game Plus and beyond. But now we're seeing them here. We've seen them in No Man's Wharf. We've seen them in the Lost Bastille. I believe there was one in Harvest Valley. So it's interesting that they are now more of a common enemy. Maybe not common, but... Oh, good, look, another skirt. This right here, this would be full of poison had we not burned the windmill. But before we go, and if we head past those grave wardens, that's where Mytha is. But we have a couple more things to do, including... Nothing. Really? There's no phantom up here anymore? That's kind of a shame. But, a couple of walls that seem to stand out. They stand out for a reason. If you actually inspect the center of them, both illusory, one of them has a bonfire, which is very cool. If you're having trouble with Mytha, you're going to want this bonfire. But if you're having trouble with Mytha, you're also going to want that summon sign. Jester Thomas. You remember we fought Jester Thomas in the Crown of the Sunken Kings DLC before we ran into the Imperfect Dragons? He didn't give us very much trouble, but he gives Mytha a lot of trouble. Hey, look at me. Checking for mimics, huh? Like a pro. Petrified something, good for trading. Now we can't quite get the drop on them. So we are going to have to kind of fight them head on, but you want to come down here. This isn't really much of a secret, I guess, because you will probably look to your right anyway, but just a room full of poison. And this area does have a mimic, unless they changed it. I just want to clear some of the poison, and if I hit some of the poisonous horn beetles in the meantime, well, that's just fine with me. Oh, nope, there's still one more hiding in the corner here. Like Little Jack Corner, I guess. If you don't know that nursery rhyme, then shame on you. That's not true. It's not a very good one. Small, smooth, and... Oh, there's another one. My goodness. And this is a very interesting pool, and I have some health missing, so I won't heal up. But if you actually use a Ferrous Logstone here and just let this fill with water, watch as my health just goes right up. This is a healing pool. It is good for you if you need to conserve life gems or SS flasks, but it's even more important if you summon someone like Jester Thomas and he takes damage, and you want to heal that NPC to full before you fight Mytha. Oh, shoot. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I got trapped, and there's no way to get out of here without getting poisoned. Doggone it. Well, you know what? I wonder if this offsets it. Oh, not only does it offset it, it cures you. That is actually news to me. I want to just attack it, assuming it's a mimic. But, okay, it is. Go ahead and explain that a little further. What just happened there? How did you get me? Oh boy, we're cooking the Dark Gauntlets. That was something. That was something special. I'm not really sure how that grab registered. But anyway. Hitboxes, what are you going to do? 2 enemies stand between us and Mytha. Whoop. We want to just take them on. You can maybe pull them one at a time. You used to be able to. At one point. I don't know. Let's see if we can manually aim this. That was actually pretty close. That was also pretty close. Okay, but I'm like... What? Did I just really go in between them both? Alright, ready? Alright, never mind. Never mind. Or they apparently pull one at a time anyway. And now you? Oh, hey. Didn't realize you were a thing down there. So when I tried to target the Grave Warden, I actually got one of these congregation enemies. Where are you going? Where are you going, shield? Alright, how's my durability looking? 36, I should be fine. Should be fine. Should be the operative word. So Jester Thomas will solo Mytha for you. Very easily. Just stay out of his way, stay healed up, and he will absolutely destroy Mytha on your behalf. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. So, let's go ahead and fight her. She's a really cool Medusa type creature. Some pretty dangerous attacks, and typically she's going to open up with a magical projectile right away. So, I recommend running in, starting getting to the side, but be prepared to roll pretty quickly. And there is still a ring of poison, by the way. Yep, there's the open. And now... Good damage. Really good damage. Really, really good damage. Okay. Let's see. I'm probably going to top off my health once I get a chance. Even in lieu of attacking. My timing is way off. Can I go for the double? I'm surprised I haven't actually stunned her yet. She does have a somewhat low poison amount, so you can't actually stun her out of most attack. Well, I wouldn't say stun her out of most attacks. But you can actually stun her, especially if you have something heavy and blunt like maces. They work really well against her. But apparently so does a +5 giant stone axe. So Mytha, the Baneful Queen Soul, is ours. And that's Lower Earthen Peak, which is really good. I don't love Earthen Peak, I just don't find it to be a very interesting area. But once we take this elevator up, which an elevator, yes, that arguably leads to an area that doesn't make any sense based on its location, and I wish this is something they'd kind of addressed or fixed in the Skull of the First Sin, but they didn't, because you should be able to see this giant mountain volcano behind Lower Earthen Peak from Harvest Valley. But the fact is you just don't see it. So when you actually ride this elevator all the way up, pretty high mind you, and you head outside and go to the first bonfire, this is where things start to become kinda... Huh? Regardless, wow, you are aggressive. That was strange. Thank you for your leggings, but wow, you are super aggressive. This is Iron Keep. I love Iron Keep. It is dangerous, it is difficult, it is full of traps, it is full of alternate pathways. There are some clever mechanics that you have to employ if you want to get all the items, like getting to that one over there, or getting to that one under the staircase. And we'll be doing all that, but we're not going to be doing it in this episode because we are trying to do just one area at a time. So that's going to wrap it up. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is not a spoiler-free walkthrough, so if you are looking for me to investigate or to test something out for you, make sure you let me know and I will try to accommodate. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.